This is the Sacred Enneagram Bronze Level Map. In this video, I will be showing you some of the attributes within this Bronze Level Map. There are 3 different types of Sacred Enneagram maps. They are the Bronze, Silver, and Gold level maps. This video focuses on the Bronze level map only. See the links below near the comment section to download these maps. These interactive Sacred Enneagram maps take you on an artistic visual journey into the rich tapestry and deep discovery of the Sacred Enneagram. This Bronze level Enneagram map contains an enormous amount of information. I'll now show you some of the attributes. This is the home screen to the Sacred Enneagram Bronze level map. And these maps are very easy to use by just clicking on the attributes and zooming in, or going forward with the arrow buttons, like this. But for now, I'm going back to home screen. I'm just showcasing some of the attributes in this Sacred Enneagram Bronze level map. For instance, it shows you an introduction to the Enneagram. And zooming back out, this Bronze level map goes into showing you how the Enneagram and your Enneagram type and style developed. So we'll just zoom in to the development of our Enneagram style or Enneagram type. Zooming back out, this Enneagram map goes into the history as well, which is just here, Enneagram history, and goes into great detail about all the historical attributes of the Enneagram, starting with Pythagoras. Now we'll have a look at the Tree of Life attributes. Just zooming in on Enneagram Type 8's Tree of Life attributes, or Enneagram Style 8. This Tree of Life diagram shows you all the attributes of our Enneagram style. For instance, it will show you the fruit of the Tree of Life, the divine essence. This will be up in the top section here. And then below ground, in this section, are the habits and motivations that shape our behaviors and attitudes. These attributes keep us trapped in the triangle of ego identity. And here is the triangle of ego identity. The 3 attributes are passion to avoid fear, that inner critic pursues, and habit of mind to cope. We can zoom in further in this Enneagram map, and it goes into more detail about the hidden attributes of the Enneagram styles and types, such as over here, all the information about the passion to avoid fear. Information about the inner critic, information about how the habit of mind tries to cope. And also in this section are the core beliefs. We've just focused on Enneagram Type 8 style here, but each Enneagram style and type has their own tree of life and contains all of this information in their own section. So let's just zoom out, and I will show you once again. We can go to any one of these Tree of Life attributes in any of the Enneagram type circles here. So let's just randomly pick Style 4. Zooming into Style 4. Up the top we have the attitude type. And over here is some more information about the attitude, and even more information down here. Zooming back out, and the same with the underground section, where the triangle of ego identity is. Each type has its own triangle of ego identity on this bronze level Enneagram map. Just like before, it has core beliefs, all of the attributes of the triangle of ego identity, the passions to avoid fear, etc. So zooming back out, more attributes of this sacred Enneagram bronze level map are the methods or the processes to get out of the triangle of ego identity. So let's just go into Enneagram Type 9's Tree of Life diagram here, and zooming in further. So once again, we're back to the triangle of ego identity with all the information on the passions to avoid fear, the inner critic pursues, and the habit of mind to cope, and the core beliefs down the bottom here. But just now we're focusing on steps out of the self-triangulation. So if we find ourselves caught in the triangle of ego identity with all these habits and passions and fears and inner critics, if we find ourselves kind of in a cycle of ego identity, or they also call it ego fixation, up the top here in this section is how to get out of self-triangulation, which is how to get out of ego fixation for each Enneagram type or style. We have videos about the missing key qualities of each type, and also a meditation on how to integrate missing key qualities of our type. But also this section focuses on the attributes that are wholesome and holistic and compassionate. So the steps out of self-triangulation are indicators of an aware, mindful, compassionate, and very present consciousness, and the thriving attributes of each Enneagram style and type. So zooming back out to full screen. Also within this sacred Enneagram map, we have a section called the red flags, and I'll just zoom into Ennea style type 2. I'll just go into where the red flags are. So we've zoomed quite deep into the underground hidden attributes of our fixation or Enneagram type. But we can zoom in even further now where the red flags are hidden. This is style 2's red flags. So the Enneagram red flags are warning signs that we are falling deeper into the hypnotic unconscious effect of self-triangulation. And self-triangulation just means being trapped in the triangle of ego identity and becoming fully identified with the drama of the three elements of the triangle of ego identity, which is the habits, passion, and inner critic. So when we are trapped in this self-triangulation, we display toxic symptoms that lead to our own destruction or lead to a lot of chaos and emotional overwhelm in our environment, relationships, or just within ourselves. And this goes into the warning signs that we have fallen into the red flag zone and become very unconscious and stressed and unhealthy. So just looking here, we've got Ennea style 2 red flags. When 2s are trapped in the self-triangulation spiral, they display these symptoms, which is don't recognize my own needs, using flattery, manipulate and help others to receive appreciation and approval. Just elaborating on how these Enneagram style types focus their energy when trapped in the triangulation spiral. Now zooming out a bit again and going down into this red blood drop here. And this is where we read a lot about the damaging negative effects when caught in the self-triangulation spiral. And then down the bottom here, we've got mental disorder diagnosis in relation to each Enneagram style or Enneagram type's negative influences that make an unstable mind. Quite often when we are trapped for long periods, and I'm talking about years, in the negative attributes of our fixation, we can develop all kinds of mental disorders or behavioral disorders. In this section are just some of the attributes of these disorders outlined here. So one, we've got borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder. So common negative Enneagram style 2's mental disorders, that's if they're trapped in that triangulation spiral for a long time. So zooming out to home screen. There is so much information in this Sacred Enneagram Bronze Level map that I can't go into in this brief video. But you can go to sacredenneagram.com to find out more information about these interactive maps and how to download them for yourself. But just one more attribute I will focus on here, and I will zoom into Enneagram Type 6's Tree of Life, which is the fruit of the Tree of Life. And how we get to the fruit of the Tree of Life is once we have liberated or enlightened ourselves enough to not get trapped in the triangulation spiral or to not be trapped in our Enneagram type fixation. And once we liberate ourselves from that, we start to display our divine essence. So this is just a brief introduction to the Tree of Life divine essence of Sacred Enneagram Type 6. And it's called the ground of being for Type 6. So I'll just zoom in closer to the information here. So 6's divine essence is the ground of being, and goes in to describe when 6s are resonating with their divine essence, they completely feel that the universe supports them completely. And it goes on to describe all those attributes of the divine essence for Enneagram Type 6. So that sums up the Sacred Enneagram Bronze Level Interactive Enneagram Map. Please go to sacredenneagram.com to find out more information on how to get these interactive maps onto your computer. Thanks a lot. Bye.